Hello, YouTube friends, ag teachers from wherever you are watching this from. Those of you, again, if you don't know who I am, William Fritz. I teach agriculture in Rolla, North Dakota. And I share ideas that seem to work for me that could potentially work for others. So I'm over at the school today. It is a Sunday. I often spend a few hours working at the school Sunday mornings so that I can kind of be prepped for Monday and the week, especially if I don't stay later on Friday. But anyways, I am in our wood shop. I come over, I do inventory a lot in the wood shop. I have a lot of sticky fingers in our school, so when kids start noticing shop tools, they'll come to me and say, we are short on whatever. Because right now we are short on cordless, the batteries. So I came over here. I like to come over sometimes when the kids aren't around, and I do a sweep of both. I have a wood shop, and over there is the metal shop. I'll do a quick sweep just in case a kid set a tool down or something down that where it might be hidden. But so I'm over here. I keep an inventory, but on tools, so I know when something goes missing that I can go quickly do a check and see if I need to send out an email to staff that, you know, we're short on a tool or something that we need in the shop. So, but I'm gonna do shop inventory and tool stuff in another video. But I thought we're at the beginning of a school year here, and a lot of teachers are gonna be working in the shop throughout the school year. If you do shop projects, you know, in my program, we're very rural North Dakota, so agriculture education also is where I teach some wood shop, and I also teach some welding and stuff like that. But anyways, I thought I'll talk about a unique way to maybe have some supplies. So we have a hardware store in town here. That's also where you can buy flooring. So what happens when the flooring becomes out of date? So Paula will notify me that she's got samples. So when I mean out of date is she can no longer get that flooring. So the samples that the company send her to display at the hardware store, she just doesn't want to throw away. Granted, she uses it, some of it for her stuff, but she donates it to the school, and then I use it for various things. So as you can see over here, I have a huge pile of flooring. Can you see all of it? That's flooring samples. So little flooring, some of them are 2x2, some of them are 4x2, various sizes. She also donates the tiles, okay? So over there, you can't see it, but it's over there. There's tile samples. And then also in my tool room over there, way up on top, are like cabinet doors that she can no longer order, and we use them. And sometimes we just use them to paint on, or cut up to practice something on if I have no use for it. But a lot of it is actually quite useful if you think about it. So behind me is a bookshelf. That common thing that I have kids build is a bookshelf, okay? Just a simple, it's basically a square 2 feet by 2 feet bookshelf. But the backing is a floor sample. So we make the bookshelves, and, you know, teaching whatever skills we go with making a bookshelf. But instead of buying, you know, paneling to put on the back, or I don't like to leave them open. They looked unfinished in my mind. you know? So when a kid builds a bookshelf and they go, oh, we want the back left open, one of my requirements is that they have to finish it. So they have to put a backing on it. So over on, I should go this way. That pile is all, I should say, is this size flooring samples, and they just pick them out, and then we go from there. Now, if a kid can't find one to match, like this is Avery's project, her stain and the back pretty similar. They're not exact, but I'll go just paint it, and then, you know, I have a bookshelf sitting over there, where the girl didn't like any of the backing, so she just painted it the color she liked. So you can do that. Also, floor samples, we cut them down. They, use them for various things. So I'm gonna bend you guys down here. So we make these metal stools. Oh, you're falling forward here. Well, I'm gonna have to hold that. We make these metal stools, so they're just like a bar stool, kitchen stool, whatever you want to call them. And if you can't call them bar stools in your school, it's a kitchen stool, Nin. And we don't get caught up on language too much here. So as you can see, we cut, this is just a floor sample. I can pull it out if I want, okay? And then it becomes the seat of the stool. So it's another great use for a project where, you know, that project called for, you know, some type of oak or pine. You can just always use pine. Pine is, for us anyways, is, I mean, it's expensive, but it's the most inexpensive thing that we can find. And here, I don't feel guilty if a kid messed up, because I got it for free, you know? Just because some kids will get frustrated because, you know, they welded this seat together. It's not perfectly square, it's a little bit off, so that means their seat's gonna be a little bit off. This way we, you know, if they messed up a little bit, we can just keep cutting, and we didn't really spend any of our program money on it. So another thing is, if you want to teach some tiling, you know, we make trivets out of this stuff. A trivet. So if you don't know what a trivet is, you take this and you put a hot pot on it. Set it on your table, put a hot pot. So it's kind of like a pot holder type thing, trivet. So you can teach the kids how to grout, how to mud, anything. Kids have made, you know, these would make great, you know, they'll peel these off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll peel these off, separate them into little chunks here, these, and then maybe make a border out of some lumber. Great coasters. So I'll teach them how to do that. So fairly inexpensive, because when I make these, when I make the trivets or the coasters, we're just using leftover lumber from other projects. Granted, a lot of the kids won't take them home, which is fine, but sometimes you could just, then what you can do is just put a post on social media. You know, I have a Rolla Ag Ed FFA Facebook page and an Instagram page, and I'll just say, hey, we have trivets, $10 if you want a trivet, $5 depending on the quality or the size. So fairly, I mean, it gives us a, like I always tell kids, it gives us a few dollars left over. So to spend on something that we could use in the classroom. So there. So it's an idea, is to maybe go out to stores that sell stuff that you could work and say, hey, you know, if you have anything that is out of date, no longer works for you, don't be afraid to drop it off at the school. We can definitely use it at the school. So I have a tendency to get a bunch, so we use it quite a bit, and so on and so forth. But anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you today. But anyways, I hope that you have a great day and continue to enjoy the school year. So we'll see you in the next video.